On now to Division 4, the modified over 1400 and up to 1600cc cars, with missing from pole position number 414 Andrew Scott with the Toyota MR2. In the middle of that front row though, still there, is 425, that's the Ford Escort of Mike Coyne, who's come all the way over from Dublin, and then alongside him making the best start of all, the yellow Vauxhall Nova of Mike Turpin. And we've seen some great battles this year between Mike Turpin and that man wriggling up into second place, John Happy. The two of them have traded wins in the A finals in Division 4 this year, and we're set for another great day's racing between the pair of them. Mike Turpin then has made the best start, and he leads as the cars dive down the hill for the first time. The Escort Mark II, the ubiquitous Escort Mark II, still hanging on to third place as the cars then plunge back towards the tarmac for the first time. Turpin and Happy first and second. Remember, John Happy's car was badly damaged in Wales earlier on in the year. That was at Pembrey in South Wales. It's been rebuilt and it's going just as quickly. There in fourth place is 491 Alan Tapscott with the red Nova, and he too has been a front runner season long. Brake lights on as John Happy then works away very hard behind the wheel of the white Nova, three-wheeling his way now to the top of the hill. But Mike Turpin has enough in hand. You can see the gap between the two of them as they turn through the hairpin and now drop down the hill on the loose. The 16-valve engine under the bonnet with the yellow Nova of Mike Turpin really helping him now to break clear of the somewhat breathless car of John Happy behind, which doesn't have the 16-valve power unit, and John Happy is having to make up for that loss of power by some real gung-ho driving. He's on the limit as they drop down the hill, way up onto two wheels as he clobbers the curb, back onto the tarmac. The checkered flag, though, is at the ready, and so it's a heat win for Mike Turpin, with John Happy coming home in second place, and you can see just how far clear of the rest of them the two dominant Novas are, as the very, very sideways and indeed spinning Escort Cosworth there in the hands of Richard Maroney loses himself third, back to the rather elderly Escort of Michael Coyne. On to the supercars, and John Maloney making a welcome return to the championship, but Carnegie on pole position, the lights go green, and Will Gollop absolutely rockets through from the back. He's alongside Dermot Carnegie as they go up the hill. Is he going to go all the way around the outside into the lead? Yes, he is, albeit with a little bit of use of the curb and the grass on the outside. He's way offline though, and so through goes John Maloney. There's contact. He hits Gollop. I think he was hit by Carnegie to start all that, and so Steve Mundy goes through into the lead. All action, lap one of the supercar heat. Steve Mundy leading, and the way that John Maloney struggles to one side indicates one of the red flag has gone out. It may well be we've got cars stricken at the top of the hill. Now this is what happened. Will Gollop around the outside of an understeering Dennis Biggerstaff. Biggerstaff hits Maloney. Maloney hits Gollop. Gollop spins. Biggerstaff goes up the escape road. Steve Mundy gets the lead. John Croes hits John Maloney as well. They did that at Cross at the start of the year. Broken steering arm result for Maloney and Dermot Carnegie. Back though now to the up to 1400cc class. The lights go to green, away they go. Now let's see which of the minis makes the best start. Well, there's contact there between Des Wheatley and Barry Rogers, I think that was. And it's Mark Kay once again who snatches the lead as they go through Beth, uphill for the first time, approaching Abbott. And then a very tight hairpin that leads the round on to the loose section of the circuit. And Des Wheatley dives up the inside. He had to use an element of pushing, I think, there to wriggle his way past Russell Crampton's orange and yellow Mini. Barges him out of the way, and through he goes. Barry Rogers then up into second place as the cars drop down the hill. Lap two. Mark Kay, then Barry Rogers first and second, and Rogers looking for a way round on the inside line. Remember, Mark Kay won the opening heat, and that green and white Mini ahead of the blue one. The class champion is Barry Rogers, but he's not letting Mark Kay relax in the lead, is he? The two of them still absolutely tied together as they make their way up the hill now. Out of Vance, approaching the right-hander of Abbott's, and then approaching the loose section once more. Absolutely on the limit, these two cars, but very evenly matched, as Barry Rogers' car very nearly stands on its nose there. Very late on the brakes, the rear wheels high into the air as it brakes for the hairpin, and Mark Kay is still the man in the lead, although showing the inside line there to Barry Rogers. There was space, but Rogers wasn't close enough to take advantage of all that. Dropping down the hill then now, it is still then Mark Kay up front. What, if anything, can Barry Rogers do to find a way past him? Again, a gap on the inside line, but Mark Kay moves across there, covers the line as they come up to the checkered flag. 2 wins out of 2 heats then for Mark Kay. Things are looking good. The green and white Mini. Barry Rogers coming home in second place, the class champion second in this heat. No such luxury of being able to cool down in the water for the drivers in the Division 5A final. Mark Kay was quickest in the heats. He's on pole position with class champion Barry Rogers alongside him, and it's the pair of them side by side through Beth's for the first time Now Rogers it is who's won this class in the championship, but Mark Kay is at the moment second, only 4 points ahead of Mike Dresser. Des Wheatley, who's had a really miserable time at the hairpins today, has gone off in the background already, and Mike Dresser third in this race as they drop down the hill with an awful lot of work to do. A, to fend off Russell Crampton's Mini, and B, to catch and pass Batman, who's battling within the championship, Mark Kay. Kay gets sideways, Rogers gets even more sideways, half spins, and Mike Dresser goes through up into second place. Bad news then for Kay, that 4 points on target for Dresser, or are they? Well, he very nearly rolled the car there, clobbered the curb up onto two wheels, and that was very close indeed for Mike Dresser. He manages to land the right way up, he composes his fall, he can deep breathe again now, he carries on in second place, and despite that scare, he is not relaxing his pace one little bit, nor is Barry Rogers, who whistles up the inside there of Russell Crampton, and in the process takes fourth place. Mark Kay in the lead, there in second is Mike Dresser. The cars now on the loose, they drop down the hill. Russell Crampton still going well in fifth, albeit losing touch a little bit now with fourth place man Barry Rogers. And Rogers now closing on Matt Osborne. That is Barry Rogers there, number 510, doing his best to find a way past the black Mini just up ahead of him. Mark Kay though continuing to lead, and it looks now a fairly secure lead for him. All great news for him as far as second in the championship in class is concerned, because Mike Dresser is not being able to catch him. Up then across the line they come. The fight now on though for third and fourth. Matt Osborne right alongside him, Barry Rogers approaching Betts, and Rogers able to go charging on up the inside, and that shows you why Rogers is the class of the field in this class. He's also latching right onto the tail of Mike Dresser. I don't think Barry Rogers bothers to brake until the very last possible moment, and all of a sudden, all that time that Dresser had has been eaten away by Barry Rogers, who's now right on the tail and going through. There's only half a gap, that doesn't phase him one little bit, and through he goes. Barry Rogers then in a rather forceful mood today, up into second place. Now, is there enough time for him to catch and pass Mark Kay? I rather doubt it. He's not being able to catch that very rapid Mini of Kay quick enough. Mark comes down the hill, down through the gears, hard on the brakes, turns right, accelerates now, up towards the checkered flag. The A final goes to Mark Kay, with Barry Rogers coming home in second place here in Division 5. A great win for Mark Kay here at Ty Croes. And that's his first A final win of the season. Barry Rogers then second, ahead of Mike Dresser's Metro in third. Matt Osborne is fourth, ahead of Russell Crampton, and then completing the top six, Tony Gunson. On now to the A final for the Division 6 and 6A cars, the Group Ns and the Euro 2000s. The Euro 2000 class will be starting 10 seconds after the showroom cars, so two races within one. The front row then, Helmut Kohlfeldt, alongside him is Cliff Buchanan and Tony Bell in the Group N cars. Paul Broke, Maroney and Paul Jackson starting 10 seconds after them. The lights go green. Good start by Helmut Kohlfeldt, and it really has been him and Tony Bell who have slugged it out in Group N so far this year, and the Toyota trying to go around the outside into the lead. Here, the start for the Euro 2000 cars. Paul Jackson snatching the lead as they make their way through. Whoops, the bonnet already goes flying off Richard Maroney's Ford Escort. We saw that car spin earlier on in the day. Now it's lost its bonnet. Not a very happy visit to Anglesey for Richard Maroney. Group N cars making their way down the hill for the first time. Helmut Kohlfeldt pulling away at the moment as Paul Broach leads Euro 2000. Bonnetless, and now a slightly lighter Escort is that of Richard Maroney. That is up into second place. And third is Paul Jackson, one of the prime movers of Euro 2000. And his Ford Fiesta losing touch a little bit now. Tony Bell starting to close on Helmut Kohlfeldt at the bottom of the hill. Now he's going to be able to find a way past the Subaru. Paul Roach in the meantime is doing his best to break away from this pack chasing on behind him in second place for Euro 2000, and Bell is with Kohlfeldt this time. Through Baths they go up the hill, of the Toyota Celica GT4 is right on the tail of the Subaru Impreza. Helmut Kohlfeldt, who has been a real force to be reckoned with in this class in the championship this year, is now having to work very hard to fend off Tony Bell. Nose to tail there, out of the hairpin they go. Kohlfeldt it is who leads, albeit by only 26 points from Bell in the championship. Euro 2000 being led by Paul Broach, the absent Ken Lade, 4 points behind him in the class, so things going Broach's way here, and Tony Bell right up onto two wheels there. There's no denying that Tony Bell is trying very, very hard to bring the gap down so he can attack Helmut Kohlfeldt. He's right with him, but there just isn't room for him to get past the Subaru. Every time he finds a gap, Kohlfeldt speeds up again as well. Paul Broach hanging onto the lead of Euro 2000 with some very spectacular driving, and Tony Bell almost pushing Helmut Kohlfeldt up now towards Abbas. They brake, they turn through the right-hander, they go now across the top of the hill, hard on the brakes, then to the hairpin, and Tony Bell with lots of understeer and lots of late braking swings the car around in second place, and he really is on the ragged edge now. Running wide there, the danger of braking late, you run out of road on the outside of the corner. And in Euro 2000, Richard Moroney is up into the lead. Now, has Paul Broach got a problem? He had a great big advantage a lap or so ago. All of a sudden, it's gone. Richard Moroney takes over the lead, and Helmut Hellfeld is going to win. He does so. The Group N A final goes the way of Helmut Hellfeld. Tony Bell having come home in second place there after a really gutsy drive. It wasn't trying that he didn't win. And there is the somewhat battle-scarred Ford Escort. On its hinges flapping in the breeze. Richard Moroney wins Euro 2000, and a troubled Paul Broach is just, I think, going to hang on a second, or is he? Paul Jackson's alongside him. Paul Jackson goes through. Paul Jackson snatches away second place on the line, and a punctured tyre drops Paul Broach to third. Helmut Hellfeld winning the Division 6A A final. Now, so far today, the usually rapid John Happy hasn't had a win.
Yeah, we've got a wee bit left there today. Went well, very well in the first runs. In the second and third run, unfortunately, we were paired with Mike and he was ahead of us both times, but might have a little surprise for him for the final.
Well, we're looking forward to that. What have you got to do in the championship? I mean, is second good enough for the time being?
All I have to do is finish second each time now, and that's the championship one, but as I'm sure you know by now, I don't settle for second, and I want to finish the end of the year in a high and maybe win the last two if possible.
Blinding start by Gordon Rogers puts him briefly into the lead, but not for long. Turpin and Happy both go past him, and John Happy is not going to settle for second place, is he? A wide in, tight out line through the hairpin, and he is trying desperately to get alongside the understeering yellow Nova in the hands of Mike Turpin as they drop down the hill for the first time. Turpin leading Happy then in second place, but now it looks as though the 16-valve Nova, that of Mike Turpin, is coming into its own. He's pulling away a little bit from the curve-hopping Happy in second place. Down to the bottom of the hill, back onto the tarmac. Dave Ward's Metro there in fourth place. Alan Tapp's got a bit further back in the red Nova, further down the order. But Turpin and Happy, the two pace setters in the class, season long, are first and second at the moment. And Mike Turpin has yet to see the surprise that John Happy was promising before this race started, because Turpin it is in the lead. He swings through the hairpin. He has got there. John Happy up behind him in second place, as up into third goes Dave Ward. Rogers drops down to fourth place, and now John Happy through the twisty bit starts to close again on Turpin. It's on the slightly faster and longer parts of the circuit where the more powerful car on Mike Turpin can break away again. This time they both hit the curve, although Happy, surprisingly, being the slightly neater of the two, a very gung-ho sort of a driver, John Happy, very, very quick. And as he said before the race, he needs to be second in the two remaining rounds to win the championship. Trevor Gamble there giving a helping hand to Alan Tapscott as they make their way back onto the tarmac as Rob Abbott's up to the hairpin, and very late on the brakes there goes Mike Turpin, and the gap has gone. All that time has suddenly disappeared there. That one error by him has seen John Happy get right back into contention. They drop down the hill, the rear wheels being kicked into the air, and the two of them now much closer than they were. Happy trying to capitalise on Turpin's mistake. Turpin trying to make up for that error. Back to the tarmac they come, slide the cars in, keeping the revs up all the time. Now, up across the line they go. They're approaching Betts, that right-hander that goes uphill. It seems to go on forever. Then they get to the tighter right-hander, and Abbott's at the top. There is Alan Tapscott still battling away with the Escort Mark II just up ahead of him there. That's in the hands of Michael Coyne. And Tapscott runs out of road, charges the bales. Sets off back into the race, and once again Mike Turpin takes that very wide line through the hairpin, and John Happy, short of getting in the back of the car, can't find a way through. Turpin wallops the curve up onto two wheels, very nearly rolling it, and that gives the lead on a plate to John Happy. All that time lost there as he tried to get the car sorted out has lost Mike Turpin the lead, and John Happy then in fine style comes through into the lead. Now, can he hang on and win the A final? It looks as though the answer is going to be yes. The checkered flag is at the ready, and on the last lap, Mike Turpin costs himself a victory. A great win, though, for John Happy, and that sets him up nicely in the championship in Division 4. John Happy the winner, Mike Turpin second, with Dave Ward in third. Ford and Rogers is fourth, and Graham Claxton. And then in sixth, Michael Coyne in his Ford Escort. The A final then for Divisions 2 and 3. There is John Happy's brother-in-law, Clive Richardson, Mike Manning alongside him, and then Dave Pritchard in his Vauxhall Astra. It's Clive Richardson, who was quickest though in the heats, and away they go with Mike Manning getting the better start, and John Sampson also on the move in the mighty Triumph TR7 V8 further back on the grid, and again getting sideways, bang bang, clobbers Pritchard, puts him on the grass, hits Brian Cook, puts him on the grass. Funny echo here. So John Sampson already facing the wrong way. He's already made contact with a couple of cars that rather spoiled their races. Clive Richardson doesn't care, he leads. Mike Manning is second. Dave Pritchard has recovered well to hang on in third. Brian Cook has dropped back a little bit after his excursion. So, race leader Clive Richardson is now breaking away. His brother-in-law, John Happy, has won his 8th final. Looking like a relatively good day for the brothers-in-law at the moment. Kieran Pearce in 3:02 making his way down the hill, then Barry Stewart. And up behind him is Brian Cook in the Peugeot trying to recover. Richardson, though, now being attacked from all sides. Manning on one side and gets very, very crossed up. Has he lost it? Has he? Yes, he has. Trying too hard without enough grip. Mike Manning loses it, but Dave Pritchard was the other man attacking Clive Richardson, and he is now right on the tail of the similar Vauxhall Astra. Third is Kieran Pearce. Fourth is Brian Cook as they drop down the hill, and Cook running wide, running out of road, and losing in the process the chance of taking third away there from Kieran Pearce. The two Astras then making their way now over around the hill, dropping down towards the tarmac once again. Great racing we've had in this division all day, and the two Vauxhall Astras then up front, Richardson and Pritchard, and Dave Pritchard going round on the outside. And has Richardson got a problem? He slows as they approach Bess, and Dave Pritchard through into the lead. A little dab on the brakes there from Clive Richardson as he goes through Bess. But Dave Pritchard now looking as though he's going to score his second victory of the year in an A final, the other one being at Pembrey. So when the championship comes to Wales, it all goes well for Pritchard. Be it South Wales or North Wales, he goes well. Kieran Pearce now up into second. Clive Richardson down to third. Is the Astra in trouble? It looks like it, because Brian Cook suddenly is looking for a way past him as well. He tries one side, he tries the other. Absolutely on the limit there is Brian Cook's battle-scarred Peugeot, kicking up the dust into the face of Mike Manning, who, after his spin earlier on, is still struggling to get back really into contention. Leader across the line. The top two now breaking away from Brian Cook. And again, as they come back onto the tarmac, Clive Richardson slows. A lap ago he was quick coming up the hill, but this time it has all gone wrong for him. The car slows right down, and Dave Pritchard and Kieran Pearce are first and second. Cook and Manning third and fourth. And Clive Richardson is going to be lucky, I think, now even to get to the line. He's third in the championship in Division 3 behind Dave Pritchard, and this is great news for Pritchard as far as the championship is concerned. He is leading, and Richardson is falling ever further back. Back onto the tarmac, the two come, and there is the checkered flag. Dave Pritchard wins for the second time this year in Division 3. Kieran Pearce scores his best result, coming home in second place, and coming home in third, Brian Cook. Fourth goes to Mike Manning, Barry Stewart fifth, and Clive Richardson struggles home in sixth.
Well, the car just seems to be down on power today, and it just doesn't seem to be going very well. So we just have to make do with it.
What are you putting that down to, the heat?
No, I don't think so. The last day out as well, we thought it was down on power, and it seems to be much the same today.
So it's going to be a bit of a struggle to try and stay in touch with Will then?
It certainly is.
Even though he missed the third round of heats, Will Gollop is still fastest in Division 1, with alongside him on the front row John Maloney. The lights go to green. This the view from Maloney's car as he sees Gollop zap past him. Third as they make their way through Bess is Dermot Carnegie, and Steve Mundy fourth in the 4x4 Turbo Fiesta. Now Will Gollop, remember, is the man who could well win the championship here today, assuming he gets a good result in the super final. In Division 1 in the championship, he leads comfortably from Dermot Carnegie, and Carnegie there looking for a way past John Maloney, who we haven't seen enough of in the championship in recent rounds. So down the hill for the first time, back to the tarmac. Carnegie right now on the tail of John Maloney, looking for a way past, swinging wide as they come back onto the tarmac. But Maloney's escort holding up Carnegie, and in a straight line Carnegie rockets round the outside. Now has John Maloney got a problem? That all looked far too easy for Dermot Carnegie to get past there. Through the right-hander of Abbott go the two escorts. Now Will Gollop is absolutely streaking away in the lead. The former British champion, the former double Grand Prix winner, is well clear of Dermot Carnegie at the moment. And Dermot Carnegie, who was only fifth quickest in the heats, is pulling away from John Maloney very easily, and that makes me think that Maloney has some sort of drama going on in the escort. No dramas though for Will Gollop, and look at the way that Carnegie is really driving his heart out, hurling the car around, totally discarding apexes, but he still can't do anything about Gollop. Will Gollop comes home then the winner. He's made a tremendous habit of winning A and Super Finals this year. Gollop does it again. Carnegie, Maloney, Steve Mundy fourth, and John Croes in fifth. What a great race for Will Gollop. And that places Gollop on pole position for the Super Final. Second place in that will do him to win the championship.
So yeah, we're there on pole position, so I'm happy.
And Dermot seems to be struggling for power. He was very slow in that last heat.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem is, but obviously I'd like to wrap the championship up today if I can. So we should be going all out to do that.
But really, it's all a question now of staying there, staying in front.
Well, that's it, yeah. I mean, here's not a bad place off the start. The start's pretty good. And as you say, just keep the car in one piece and stay in front.
And how do you like this circuit?
Yeah, I like it. It's quite technical because it's because of the concrete and the dust that gets on the concrete. It's never the same every lap, and yeah, it's interesting.
And this perhaps the most important race of the year for Will Gollop. It could give him the Compromotive Wheels Rallycross Championship. Dermot Carnegie sitting alongside him on the front row. So too, Ford Escort mounted his Honda dealer, John Maloney. The grid cleared then, the red light's on, they flashed a green now, and away they go with Dermot Carnegie making a slightly better start than Gollop, and he does get into the lead. Gollop, 2 wheels on the curb, is second, and John Maloney third as they go up the hill, and Maloney having a new lease of life in the Super Final compared to the A Final. Bang, bang, clobbering Gollop's car, he's on the inside line, understeer, pushes Gollop wide. Maloney and Munday go through, second and third, and Will Gollop drops to 4. Fifth is John Cross in the Fiesta, and sixth is the Metro of Dave Ward. And that car, remember, from the Division 4A final. Gollop already back up into third place, squeezing through on the inside of Steve Munday, as Dermot Carnegie is now pulling away from John Maloney. Maloney, having lost time in that clash with Gollop, is now falling away a bit in second place, getting very, very sideways, and in the dust, Will Gollop is third. He, in turn, is pulling away from Steve Munday. Now, what can Will Gollop do? Ideally, he wants to be second in order to sew up the championship. A win would do him even better, though. Out of the Hammonds now, to the top of the hill. Then hard on the brakes for the hairpin. They'll drop down in a moment. There is the race leader, Dermot Carnegie, and the Carlos Sainz look-alike. Ford Escort Cosworth in the lead. What's going on for second? It's Maloney running wide. As Steve Munday did a lap ago, he runs wide, and Will Gollop is alongside him. Will Gollop is through, up into second place, and with it, the championship. Will Gollop there, if he can stay in second place, will win the Compromotive Wheels Rallycross Championship as Dermot Carnegie wins the Super Final. But Will Gollop is about to add another title to his very impressive CV. Will Gollop comes home in second place, John Maloney finishes third, but that gives Will Gollop this year's Compromotive Wheels Rallycross Championship ahead of Carnegie. His bigger start is third, might turn in as John Cross will be full. So Dermot Carnegie wins the race, Will Gollop wins the war. We'll have coverage of the